My fiancé said, "You could ruin his life." I said, "He could ruin us." Then I called the police, froze him out of our finances, put our wedding on hold, and sat back as his reputation fell apart in front of everyone he wanted to impress. Original post, I am 29. My fiancée Ellie is 27. We have been together for 5 years, engaged for 1, no kids yet. Small house, shared bills, normal life. I work in IT. Ellie is a nurse. I am not rich, but I am careful with money. I finally bought my dream car this year. A used Audi S5, it is the most expensive thing I own after the house. I worked overtime for months to afford the down payment. Ellie was happy for me. Her dad, Roger, was more excited than both of us. Roger is 58, retired contractor. Big voice, bigger ego. The kind of guy who still thinks of Ellie as his little girl. He gives a lot of advice that is really orders. Ellie grew up walking on eggshells around him. She is used to it. I am not. We drove the Audi to her parents' house for Sunday dinner. It was the first time he saw it. He walked around it like it was on a showroom floor, touched the paint, commented on the engine, asked the trim level, then he said the words I was afraid of. "Throw me the keys, I want to see how she handles." I laughed, hoping he was joking. "I can take you for a spin after dinner," he snorted. "I can't feel a car from the passenger seat. Come on, 10 minutes. Ellie gave me a look. That look that means, please just do it, I do not want a scene. I felt my stomach drop. I had told my insurance only I would drive it. I knew letting someone else drive was a risk. But I also knew if I said no, the whole night would turn into one long fight. So I handed over the keys, but I set a line. 20 minutes, Roger, I need it back after that. He waved me off and left. No thanks, no promise, just gone. 20 minutes passed, then 40, then an hour. It got dark. Her mom said, "You know how he is, he always finds someone to talk to." Ellie said, "He will be back, he just loses track of time." I opened the Audi app on my phone. The car was not anywhere near the house. It had gone to a bar 2 towns over, then a country club. It was now parked in a neighborhood I did not know. I called him. No answer. I texted Ellie the screenshot. She stared at it, then at her phone. "He probably ran into someone he knows," she said, but her voice was thin. I did not yell. I did not throw anything. I sat at the table and ate the rest of my food in silence. Every few minutes, I checked the app again. At 10:30, the car was still not moving. Ellie tried calling him. He did not pick up. At 11, she said, "We can stay here tonight. He will be back in the morning." I shook my head. "I am going home." I ordered a ride share and left without the car. At 1 in the morning, I checked again. The car was finally back, parked outside Roger's house, not ours. He had kept it overnight without asking. I lay awake and did the math in my head. The loan, the insurance, the risk if he hit someone, the risk if he got pulled over after drinking, all of it in my name. At 6 in the morning, I opened the app again. The car was already on the highway, moving fast. I took screenshots of every screen. My hands were steady. My chest felt hollow. Then I picked up my phone and called the non-emergency police line to ask how to report a car that should have been home, but was not. Update 1, the officer on the phone listened and asked questions. Whose name was on the title? Who had permission to drive it? How long it had been gone? I told him everything. My name on the loan, my insurance, that I had asked for it back the night before and it was never returned. He said, "Legally, this can be unauthorized use. If you want, we can enter it as stolen." I stared at the map, at the little icon of my car flying down the highway. "Yes," I said, "do it." 2 hours later, I got another call, a different officer this time. "We have your vehicle at a gas station off Route 9. Can you come out to confirm and pick it up?" I drove my old beater from work, following the directions. When I pulled in, I saw my Audi, a police cruiser, and Roger. He was red-faced, talking fast at the officer. When he saw me, he looked like someone had thrown cold water on him. "There he is," the officer said. "Sir, is this your vehicle?" "Yes," I said. I kept my voice flat. Roger stepped toward me. "Tell them this is a misunderstanding. They say you reported it stolen. Are you out of your mind?" I looked at him, then at the officer. "I gave him permission for a short test drive yesterday evening," I said. I asked for it back. He ignored my calls. He kept it all night and took it again this morning. He does not have my permission to drive it. Roger laughed, but it sounded wrong. We are family. He is being dramatic. I pulled out my phone and opened the app. I showed the officer the path from the night before. Bar, country club, his house. Then the highway this morning. I showed the unanswered calls and messages. I never agreed to any of that, I said. I did not even have a way to get home last night. The officer's face tightened. He turned to Roger. Sir, did you have permission to keep the vehicle overnight and use it again today? Roger shifted. It was implied. He said I could drive it. I said 20 minutes, I answered. Ellie drove up then. She jumped out of her car, eyes wide. Dad, what are you doing? He pointed at me. Your fiancé called the cops on me over a car. She looked at me, then at the cruiser, then at the Audi. You did not answer, I said quietly. You did not give the car back. This is not a toy. The officer asked me if I wanted to press charges. Roger's head snapped toward me. You would do that to me, he said. His voice shook, not with fear, but with rage. I watched him. I thought about all the times Ellie had told me that is just how he is. How he walked into our house without knocking. How he had taken our spare keys from the bowl once and never returned them. The idea of him in handcuffs did not make me happy. It just felt like the natural end of a straight line he had drawn himself. I want a record of this, I said. If he ever takes it again, I will press charges then. The officer nodded. He spoke to Roger in a calm, firm voice. This is still a serious situation. The vehicle was entered as stolen. I could arrest you today. Your future son-in-law is giving you a break. I suggest you treat that as a warning. They made him hand the keys to me, right there under the gas station canopy. Roger tried to shove them into my chest. I did not move. I let them fall into my hand. As I turned to go, he grabbed my arm. You are not going to let this go, are you? He said. I looked at his hand, then at his face. You taught me what happens when people ignore clear lines, I said. This is the last time. I walked to my car. I did not offer Ellie a ride. She stood between us, eyes wet, saying nothing. I drove home alone, hearing the officer's words echo in my head. This is a serious situation. Update 2 that afternoon, Ellie came home. She sat at the table and stared at me. You could have ruined his life, she said. He could have ruined ours, I answered. If he hit someone, if he got a DUI, it would all land on me. She knew I was right. I could see it. But I was also the first person to ever push back on her father and follow through. We argued, but it was quiet, no shouting, just long pauses and hard truths. I told her I was putting wedding planning on hold, not canceled, paused. I need to know you are on my side when it counts, I said. The next day, I called my insurance and explained what happened. They flagged my file and advised I list myself as the only covered driver. I put it in writing. I also asked for a note on the file about the police report. Then I wrote a short letter to Roger. Plain language, no insults. I summarized the events. I noted that the police had treated it as a possible theft. I said if he ever took my car or any of my property again without consent, I would press charges with no warnings. I sent it by registered mail. Signature required. Roger, meanwhile, was busy. He told his side of the story to the whole family. According to him, I had lost my mind and called the police on him for borrowing a car. He said I was controlling and dangerous. He posted a vague status on Facebook about kids these days having no respect for family. His buddies chimed in. I did nothing. No comments, no replies. I saved screenshots. What I did not know at first was that one of his contractor friends had filmed part of the gas station scene. The sight of Roger being lectured by a cop next to a car that was clearly not his went around their circle. He had been using my car to impress a potential client, bragging that he had access to any car he wanted. The client saw the video later. He backed out of the deal and hired a licensed company instead. That was a chunk of income gone. Roger sat on the board of his HOA and liked to throw his weight around there. People in the neighborhood saw the video and heard the story. At the next meeting, someone asked a simple question. If you cannot respect someone else's property, why should we trust you with our rules and fines? He was asked to step down a month later. Officially, it was for health reasons. Everyone knew the timing. On our side, Ellie started to notice more pieces of the pattern. Her brother told her about the time Roger took his truck without asking and brought it back with a dent. Her mom admitted that Roger opened all her mail to save her time. It was not one moment. It was a lifetime of small thefts. Ellie started therapy. She told her dad she needed space and that he was not to come to our house without being invited. She took back our spare keys from his key ring. He made a scene about it. She did it anyway. I backed away from family events. When people tried to corner me about overreacting, I kept my voice even and said, "I filed a report when my car was not returned. That is all." I sent one email to the wider family. It was short. I attached the police report, the app screenshots, and my letter to Roger. No commentary. After that, the tone shifted. Some went quiet. A few reached out to say they understood. I had what I needed: proof. Boundaries in writing. Control over my car and my home. The next move, if there was one, would not be mine. Update 3. It took 3 months for Roger to break. First, he tried calling Ellie. She let most of the calls go to voicemail. When she did answer, she kept it short. "We can talk when you are ready to admit what you did was wrong," she said more than once. He could not do it. Then he texted me directly. "We need to clear the air. Let's talk man to man." I stared at the message for a while. I wrote back, "If we talk, it will be in public. Coffee shop on Main. Ellie will be there. This is about respect, not the car. If you start yelling or blaming, I will leave." He replied, "Fine." We met on a Saturday afternoon. The shop was busy but not loud. Ellie sat beside me, not between us. Roger looked older, less like the loud man at the grill and more like someone who had slept poorly for weeks. He started with a sigh. "This has gone too far," he said. "People are talking. I lost work over this." "You made me look like a criminal." "You did that yourself," I said. My voice stayed calm. "I told the police the truth." He leaned forward. "I am your future father-in-law. You do not call the cops on family. You do not steal from family," I answered. "Or lie about them after." Ellie spoke then. "Dad, he did not steal from you. You took his car. You put him at risk. You scared me." Roger's jaw clenched. "I was just driving a car." "No," I said. "You were ignoring a boundary again." This time the world pushed back. He looked between us. For a moment, I thought he might actually say the words. "I am sorry," he began, then he ruined it. "But you overreacted. You could have just come and got the car." I pushed my coffee away. "I told you the condition for this talk," I said. "You take responsibility. You stop calling me dangerous. You stop telling people I am unstable. And you accept that you will never have unsupervised access to our things again. Car, house, keys, anything." He opened his mouth, closed it. His pride would not let the words out. "I am not signing up for that," he said finally. "I am your elder. I have earned some trust." "You spent it," I said. Ellie's eyes were wet, but she did not argue. "I want to walk my daughter down the aisle," he said. "I want to see my grandkids. Are you really going to destroy that over a misunderstanding?" I stood up. "You did that," I said. "We are giving you a path back. You are saying no." Ellie rose too. She looked at him for a long time. "I love you," she said, "but if you cannot even say you were wrong, I cannot let you keep hurting us." He reached for her hand. She stepped back. We left. Outside, Ellie leaned on my shoulder and cried, not loud. Just a slow, tired sound. That night, Roger sent a long text, paragraphs of half apologies and full excuses. I read it once. I did not reply. The door was closed. He had chosen which side he wanted to stand on. Final update: a year has passed. Ellie and I got married 6 months ago at a small ceremony at a park by the lake. 20 people. Simple food. No drama. Her mom came, smiling and crying in equal measure. Roger was invited on one condition. He had to send a real apology to both of us in writing first. He refused, so he was not there. Ellie walked herself down the path. She later said it felt right. Contact now is limited. He gets a short call on Christmas and his birthday. No visits, no keys, no car rides. He lost more than he thought he would. His side work never bounced back. The client he scared off talked to others. People do not like hiring someone who might treat their tools and property as his own. The HOA has a new president who is polite and boring. No one misses the noise. His old contractor friend, the one who filmed the gas station scene, had to answer a lot of questions from his wife about why he was out joyriding with Roger instead of on a job site. From what we hear, they do not see each other much now. At family gatherings we do attend, if he is there, we keep it civil and short. Hello, goodbye, nothing more. He does not try to hug me, he does not ask for the keys. Ellie has been in therapy the whole year. She is learning that love without respect is not love she has to accept. She tells me things she never told anyone before. Times when her dad pushed past her no and called it a joke. We are expecting our first child soon, a boy. We talk a lot about what kind of boundaries we will set. Who will be allowed to babysit? Who will hold the keys to the car, the house, and everything else? My 7-year-old niece asked me once why Grandpa Roger was not at the wedding pictures on the wall. I knelt down and said, sometimes grown-ups make choices that mean they cannot be around as much. He did something that was not safe. We hope he makes better choices one day. She nodded and went back to her game. Kids accept simple truths better than adults. I am not angry anymore. I do not replay the gas station scene in my head. I do not imagine what would have happened if I had pressed charges. I drive my Audi to work. It is just a car now, a nice one, but still. In the glove box folded under the manual, there is a copy of the police report and the letter I sent Roger. Sometimes I forget it is there. Every once in a while, I open the app on my phone and see the car sitting in the driveway where it should be. The little icon is still, quiet, exactly where I chose to put it.